There's Amy.
Trevor.
And Trevor. Okay, we do have a quorum. Diane, I am recording, so you want to ask the question now, it's going to be part of the meeting.
Don't mind. I was going back and reading old minutes, and I saw that we were supposed to head over to Town Hall to sign the arrears from the grand list or something. I never did that.
Yeah, we had enough people sign.
Okay, thank you.
If you really have any question about it, give Nancy McGavick a call.
I don't. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So we're going to officially start the meeting now at 7:03. As usual, we'll start with the pledge. So if everyone just stand for a second. And I'll lead the pledge. Pledge allegiance
Pledge allegiance to
the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible,
with liberty.
Justice
for all. We'll have a moment of silence for the whole country regarding COVID. Okay. Now looking over the people, the participants, we have no public that has signed on to the meeting, so we'll just continue on with the agenda, which is to review the minutes from June 2nd and June 24th. So we'll start with June 2nd. Does anyone have any additions, corrections, or the like? And a second to the motion to accept the minutes.
I'll make a motion.
Okay. We have it. And Amy, Amy, you're muted. I don't know if you muted you or I muted you. Let's see, unmute. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we
Okay.
can, Amy.
I have a correction to the minutes from the 24th.
For the 24th, okay.
Okay. So on page 2, the third paragraph, it says I asked for a breakdown of each category. What I was really asking for was a rationale for why each department wanted to carry over. And I said that if it was easier to discuss it this way, it could be provided by category. So I just want the meeting minutes to reflect, I didn't ask for a breakdown of category, I asked for a rationale for the carrying of over.
Okay.
Thank you.
Elaine, did you get that? Elaine, did you hear what Amy said? I can see Elaine. She's not muted.
No, I'm not. You can't hear me?
Yeah, no, I didn't. Now I can hear you.
Okay,
Did
I'll
you-
have to holler to you then.
Okay. Did you get what the correction, Amy?
I did. She asked for a rationale of why each department wanted to carry over. Is that correct, Amy?
Yes, it is correct. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.
But Walt, we're still back on June 2nd with the
Well, You
motion.
did the 24th. Does anyone have any corrections on June 2nd? If not, we'll accept June 2nd as submitted. And June 24th, are there any more corrections?
Just my name on the last page it has a double F. It's just a single F on Clay.
Okay.
Very common error.
Probably made that mistake myself one time or another.
Sure you have.
Okay, if there's no more additions or subtractions, move they be accepted. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Abstained? Okay, minutes are accepted, June 2nd and 24th. Then next item on the agenda is Greg. Finance Director's report, I believe.
Okay. Good evening, all. I hope everybody had a great summer despite the COVID outbreak. This report I pulled together pretty much ad hoc because I wanted to get you the most recent data. So this is the August financial update. I just want to qualify this by saying that there are still some revenues that have not been posted. So I don't think they're material to this report. I just want to qualify that that statement in this report. Okay, an emergency appropriation of $250,000 was appropriated into the mayor's budget to address the tropical storm that hit the region. As it becomes clear what the final cost will be from that storm, I will adjust that budget as appropriate. I also carried forward $100,000 of the COVID-19 funds that were unspent from last year's balance to address ongoing issues. I have also this fiscal year transferred to date $2,027,540 to the Board of Ed to address the reopening of schools.
Which they've closed for 2 days.
Pardon me?
They just closed schools for 2 days, actually.
Yeah, I know. I said that earlier. Yep. I'm aware of that. So they did actually spend over $800,000 on Chromebooks. I guess that was their initial purchase. So I guess they were positioning themselves for remote learning, which may very well still occur, but I'm not going to speculate. All right, listen, on the revenues and expenditures, the revenues are at 42.1% of budget and expenditures are at 20.6% of budget without encumbrances. On a straight line basis, we would expect to be at 17.3%. As a reminder, some expenditures are front-loaded in the beginning of the fiscal year, namely pension contributions and debt service, which skews the numbers upward. This will smooth itself out as time goes by. There will be a request for a transfer of funds within the youth agency as the self-sustaining line was erroneously omitted from the budget. More to follow on that. Tax collections are at 49.5% of budget overall, with current taxes at 50.6% of budget. I have been monitoring on a daily basis since July with the tax collector, the daily tax collections. As of today, we are approximately $2.6 million lower in tax collections than we were last year. Actually, I'm extremely pleased with this result because I initially projected that we would be potentially as high as $19 million lower than last year due to the deferral program. I will continue to monitor this situation, and I do expect that gap to close as we approach October when the deferral program ends. One area of concern for me is interest income. Investment rates are dismal at best, with stiff rates as of yesterday yielding a paltry 9 basis points. It is clear to me we will not meet budget in this category. The Fed has committed to record low interest rates, and they don't seem to be concerned with inflation at this point in time. The saving factor in this equation was the bond premium that we received from our latest issuance, which will fortunately offset any such shortfall. Overall, I see no current issue with expenditures to speak of, as most departments are within their straight line expected budget allotment with respect to salary. In summary, on a cash basis, revenues are at $43,634,144.12, and expenditures are at $18,605,067.10, leaving the town with a positive cash flow of $25,029,077.02. Any questions? This is
Diane had a
infinitely
question.
much better than I expected.
Yeah, Diane, I thought you had a question. You had your hand raised.
I did. I just wanted to clarify some numbers. Your very last number, the positive cash flow?
$25,029,077.02.
Okay, thank you. And then, yes, you, about halfway through your spiel, 17.3% spent usually by now. Is that accurate?
Yeah, that's, sure. Why?
Okay, great.
Why
Thank you.
wouldn't that be? I sure hope so.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Amy, you had a question?
No. thank
No,
you.
okay. I thought you had your hand raised up.
No, I was just doing this.
Okay, Trevor then.
I just have a quick question, and Greg, you may be getting to it. Forgive me if I missed something, but just anything omitted from the budget piques my ears. So, what was omitted from the budget? Is that the youth agency?
There was a, in the youth agency,
Yes.
when the department entered their budget,
Okay.
there was a line item, the self-sustaining line item. If you bear with me, I can give you the exact line item where the budget was omitted. And my recommendation, and I haven't spoken to Jason or Mark yet, but I will, and this is going to be my recommendation, that they take money from the before and after school program and transfer that into that self-sustaining account. The last several years, they have not used all their money in that line item. So that's my recommendation. We'll come up with it's going to be a $50-something thousand.
That's what, okay, yeah. No.
Yeah, and let me get you the actual account number it will be going into. Let's see. Parks Youth. They are 4419. Okay. So they neglected to put money into account number 10441900589005.
Greg, does this go before the council, the next meeting, and then come back to us again?
Yeah, it's gonna have to. I was gonna try and get it for tonight, but we just couldn't hook up. So it's not urgent. The people will be able to get paid, but I just want to make sure. I want to clean the books up. Okay, because right now it's showing a zero budget with expenditures against that line item.
Diane?
Oh, that's going to be forthcoming.
I have a question on COVID relief. What sort of money has either been promised or received
What do you mean?
from the government, state, federal, anything?
For the COVID related expenditures, the FEMA reimbursement is 75%. And
what we
of what
spend?
we spend, that's correct. All allowable costs.
Right.
And OPM, the state OPM, they're supposed to cover the other 25%. So we should be made whole for all costs that are allowable. And Tammy Reardon, our grant administrator, is handling that reimbursement process.
That sounds wonderful. Thank you.
That sure does.
Yeah, but that,
Works for me.
but it is a promise with no funding right now from both the state and the Fed. So
Well, during the
This-
audit process, we're gonna, probably have to set up a receivable for that. So that'll be an audit entry.
Greg, do you know precisely covered costs? Are we spending any money that may not be covered that you know of?
That's hard to say. Well, no, I mean, PPE, there's one expenditure for a refrigerator that I, kind of raised my eyebrow, but the rationale was when people donate food and this and that, we need a place to put it. Again, we won't know until we hear back from FEMA.
Okay.
Everything else is like overtime and computers that were purchased for people to be able to work remotely from home.
Chromebooks for the
Masks,
kids.
gowns,
Yeah.
any type of, PPE.
Amy, you want something to say or? No, okay, just
No,
when people tend to speak, it lights up in my view, and it looks like you wanted to say something, so,
no, thank you.
okay. Diane, you got your hand up again?
I have a couple questions. Just rereading the minutes from June 24th. I wanted to know, Greg, if you had said that you were going to send us from Amy's question. Where is it? Greg will not establish a new fund, but will be maintained on the balance sheet. Greg will create a project code, 90,000 for reimbursement from the state. Walter added some of the expenses that may occur are in capital expenditures, such as school buses having to be retrofitted. And you said that you were going to send us something. Did we receive that? I'm
No.
sorry, I misspoke. That's not it. I misspoke. That's another page.
Yeah,
This one is about the buses, the school buses. Do you have any
Yeah.
knowledge of them being
No,
retrofitted in any
let me
way?
answer that, Greg.
Okay.
One, the school bus was just as an example, and there's going to be no modifications to the school bus.
Okay, all right.
Basically, what,
The next,
what
sorry, the
Greg
next page was my question about whether Greg had sent us something.
yeah, but
Amy
what I'm
question, the change that you just asked Elaine to make, Amy?
yeah,
Greg said that
can you
you
let
would-
me answer the question, Diane?
Okay,
Basically, what we're talking about is the answer. The setting up of the fund, the 9,000 fund that he put the $2 million to the Board of Ed in, or what they've spent, and some of the stuff that's also there for the town is basically the answer to those questions. There's until everything is said and done, there's going to be an accounting. Greg said they spent 800,000 on Chromebooks. They've encumbered some money for salaries of people. And I don't know how that's going to work now that they're closing schools virtually. It's going to be back and forth on a lot of stuff. So the rationale basically is, he set up the account. He's told us about the account. He's told us about the money that's gone into the account, and some of it's being spent, but the Board of Ed has the breakdown of what they spend on their own stuff. We don't have purview of it. So, we have the total amounts, but we don't have the individual line breakdowns of that.
yeah, no, I understand that. But just like thinking about like the refurbishing the turf field and purchasing new athletic equipment and
That's a whole-
band uniforms, is that
That-
kind of
that
put on hold?
No,
Money's
that has,
still
That
there,
doesn't
but-
occur until after the audit's complete. The audit didn't even, the auditors don't even get here till October. Those-
Okay,
those
but
are
as of
the-
right
all
now,
the
there's no,
Audit entries.
I understand.
let-
As of right now, there are no after-school sports, right? Or I'm assuming band. I don't know that for sure. I don't have kids.
Can't
in
answer
school.
that question. I have no
yeah,
idea.
Oh, okay. So I would assume that those will remain on the books and they will do them at the time that they're needed.
Diane, are you talking about the surplus that was assigned to purchase stuff, money going to the turf field, money going to here?
Yes.
You know, as Greg said, that is all pending audit. Until the audit finalizes what the amount of that surplus is, none of those monies are spent. What we're doing or
Well, some
officially
are.
allocated for, basically, unless they have to be spent because of a timing issue. But until it's said and done, we're not going to have the final figures that, you know, what you were asking for. It's-
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Anybody else have any other questions for Greg? Any questions on any other old business? Any questions on new business? Okay, I think that would pretty much sums up the meeting for tonight. Barbara, did you want to say anything?
No?
Okay, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion. That's Barb.
Second. I need a second.
Second.
Diane seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, I'll see you in the October meeting. Everyone stay safe and hope everyone stays well.
Thank you. You too.
Thank
Thank
you. You as well.
Have a
Bye,
good day.
everybody.
Good night,
Bye.
everyone.
Good night. Be well.
It's good to see everyone.
You as well.
You too.